All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to Hopeful Elect, you brothers that's doing the work of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai in truth and sincerity. My name is Kadash Apart. The Lord willing, I just want to touch on briefly the war of heaven. All right, because what you have going on in the news today, Donald Trump, he wants to have the 6th military branch, and he wants to have a space army so that he can fight against Yahushua when he comes back with the so-called UFOs. All right. Now this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, verse 3. Now this is going into a vision that Esdras had of Yahushua coming back and these other nations teaming up to fight against Yahushua when he comes back. So this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, verse 3. And I beheld, and lo, so Esdras is describing what he's seen in the sky, right? That man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. The thousands of heaven is talking about the innumerable amount of angels that Yahushua, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, is coming back with in the so-called UFOs. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. Because these people are going to be afraid of Yahushua when he comes back. When they hear the noise and when they see the so-called UFOs in the sky, they're not going to know what to do. A lot of these people, they think that UFOs is a conspiracy theory. They never seen anything like this in person. Verse 4, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth fleeth when it fleeth the fire. Because these other nations, post-World War III, they're going to all team up and they're going to try and fight against Yahushua, but they're going to lose. They're all going to be burnt up. See, when you do your research and when you watch these different movies like Star Wars and different alien invasion movies, they always show a happy ending. They always show one so-called UFO or a few so-called UFOs being blown up. But according to the Bible, that's not possible because the so-called UFOs are incorruptible and the angels are incorruptible. You can't destroy them. Verse 5, and they're not going to be, see, when this war in heaven, meaning the war in the skies, take place between America and the 17 heathen nations and the armies that joined with them post-World War III to fight against Yahushua in the so-called alien invasion, they're going to lose. Verse 5, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men. Because what's some of the final prophecies that's going to take place before Yahushua comes back and establishes the kingdom of heaven? You're going to have the global economic collapse, right? Which involves martial law, the FEMA cap, civil unrest, and everything that happens with a global economic collapse, right? You're going to have the mark of the beast, which the mark of the beast is the RFID chip implant, according to the Bible, if you can receive it. And according to Revelation chapter 14, verses 9 through 10, if you take that mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip implant, you will be destroyed, all right? Then you're going to have World War III, which countries such as Russia, Iran, and their allies is going to shoot thermonuclear missiles upon this place, turning it into a desert. And then you're going to have what? These nations try and fight against Yahushua, because when these other nations shoot thermonuclear missiles, the elect of the nation of Israel is going to receive salvation. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So all these nations, they're going to be teamed up to fight against Yahushua. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved themselves a great mountain and flew upon it. When Yahushua comes back, he's going to be in a gigantic fathership, a big so-called UFO. But I will have seen the region or place whereof the hill was graven, and I cannot. So Esdras looked up at the sky, and he saw that, Yahushua's so-called UFO was so big, he couldn't see where it started or ended. Verse 8, and after this I beheld, and lo, they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet durst fight. Verse 9, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. Verse 10, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Verse 11, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which were prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden and unknowable multitude, nothing was to be perceived but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. All right, so that's the judgment of you people that's in the army. You're going to have to fight against Yahweh Shai, and you're going to lose. All right, and this government, along with the other governments that's going to fight against Yahweh Shai, none of you are going to be able to blow up at least one so-called UFO. You're going to lose. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone. Shalom.